Hello everyone, I'm Bill McCusker. I'm the founder and CEO of Fathers and Families, Inc. And welcome to the Fatherhood Performance Workshop. You know, this workshop may be the easiest workshop you've ever been through. It may also be the most important. Here's where I'd like to begin. Take a look at the Fatherhood Performance Model. It may look complex in the beginning, but trust me, it's pretty simple. If you look at the center, you see the idea of becoming a better father, helping you become a better parent. That's the core of what we're trying to accomplish. But as I say that, helping you become a better father, I recognize that while fathers may be the primary audience looking at this video, there may be a number of mothers who are watching as well, and I want to welcome you to the workshop too. You know, mothers may be interested in what we have to offer with this workshop because what I think you're going to see is going to help any parent become a better parent, whether it's a mother or a father. Perhaps mothers are also interested in maybe helping their husbands or helping the fathers of their children become better at what they are doing and become a better partner in raising the kids appropriately. You know, it could be that you're a young man. Maybe you're not a father yet. Maybe you don't have a dad that you've been watching all these years. And maybe you're trying to get a tip or two about what this thing called fatherhood is all about before it's your turn to give it a try. Or maybe you're a young lady watching this, and maybe you're trying to figure out, well, what is the kind of man I want to eventually marry? And who is it that I want to be the father of my children? And maybe there's a thing or two that you can learn through this workshop as well. Regardless of who you are, welcome, and I'm glad you're here. Now, take a look at the model and look at the outer ring. You see the words assess, decide, and act. They are the three cornerstones. What are we going to be assessing? What are we going to be deciding upon? The first is attributes. I'm going to ask you the question, what do you want for your children? What are the attributes you want them to be? What do you want them to become? What are the 3 or 4 or 5 words that you most want to be able to use when describing your kids? Is it honesty? I want my kids to be courageous or independent or strong or moral or charitable. What are those things? What are the things that are most important? And then I'm going to ask you to think about and assess your own performance in helping your kids achieve them. Then we're going to take a look at values. What are the values that you're bringing to the table? What are the values that you think are most important in terms of parenting? And again, assess your own performance on modeling those values for your kids. Then we're going to ask you to take a look at roles. If you're a parent, there are many roles that you play. What do you think are the most important ones? And again, how well are you performing in those roles right now? What we're then going to ask you to take a look at is the idea of behaviors. And we're going to ask you, based on your assessment and some of the decisions that you have made regarding the importance of different attributes, the importance of roles, the importance of values, and your performance in those areas, we're then going to ask you to look at your own behaviors and say, are there things that I ought to stop doing that I'm doing right now that are not productive? Are there other things that I should start doing that I'm not doing right now? Are there things that I ought to continue doing? Based on my assessment, I'm doing pretty well, and these things I want to make sure I carry forward. So those are the behaviors that we're going to ask you to take a look at. And then we're going to ask you to do something that is really important, and that is take all of that analysis and put it into an action plan. Because you are going to be making decisions about what you want to do differently in order to improve your performance as a parent. But that means you're going to have to make decisions about what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, maybe whose help do I need in doing it. These are the kinds of elements of an action plan that you will be putting together. And then something important has to happen in order to have all this work. You have to execute. Planning, as you know, is relatively easy. The magic and the benefit comes from a commitment to execution. So that is what you're going to have to do after the workshop. You know, you may be going through this workshop by yourself, and that's fine. You may want to ask your spouse to go through the workshop with you, and that's fine too. Or maybe there's a friend you want to go through this with, or maybe even a group of people that you want to go through the workshop together. Sometimes I think there's benefit to doing it not by yourself, but with someone else or with others, because you can hear their perspectives. You can hear their own assessments of their performance and their own ideas about what's most important for their kids. But any way you do it, whether it's by yourself or with someone else or with a group, I wish you well. Give it your best shot. Work hard. Be brutally honest with yourself. And good luck. And know this, being a dad is important. So give it your very best. Thank you.